Hello and welcome to today's YIN class. I am so happy you've decided to spend an hour dedicated to you and maybe even many days dedicated to you. So the premise behind YIN, a YIN practice, is that you take yourself to the edge of your comfort and then you allow yourself to relax there. So with this in mind, props are great. If you don't have blocks, you can use cushions or blankets rolled up or pillows or books. And then a strap is really handy as well. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt. I am also sitting on a blanket. I love a blanket in a YIN class, just for the comfort. Sometimes it's nice having that weight on your belly or on your chest. So you may want to pause me and go and get those aforementioned props, and if you already have them, just come and let yourself arrive in a comfortable seated posture. So you may have your legs crossed, you may want to have them down with your heels beside your sit bones, or you may want to just sit with them together in a butterfly position, whatever works for you. So remembering this whole practice, this is your practice. I just guide you, you make it however you want it to be for you. So closing your eyes and just noticing sounds outside your room, and then noticing any sounds within your room. And sometimes it's this very act of noticing that allows us to really be present on our mat and not let those sounds take us away from our mat. So just allowing yourself to now come a little bit closer and take your breath slowly down towards your belly. And this closeness of your body and your mind can begin. Seeing if you can bring that breath to your belly. You can bring your hands onto your belly, filling your belly, and then with your exhalation, just allowing that navel to draw to your spine, that pelvic floor to lift. And again. And then just letting those hands come down and rest on your thighs. And with our next inhalation, we can slide those hands along those thighs, take those shoulder blades to kiss, take your gaze up. And then exhale, coming forwards and round. And inhaling, opening up. And forwards and round. So just floating those eyes open. Let's allow our legs to come out in front. So this is where it is really nice to have something to sit those sit bones onto, so you can just connect with that mat, and it also allows your pelvis to have a little tilt. What have I got under there? Some sort of toy. So let's have those heels just coming slightly off the mat, or if you need that padding, you can move yourself further back. And then bringing this block, or your blanket, or your bolster, whatever you might have, bringing them in front of you, just drawing those toes back towards you. And notice when you draw those toes back, you create that space in your Achilles along your calf, through the back of your knee, through that hamstring, and that allows you just to draw tall. Let's take a deep breath to our belly. And then as you exhale, you're going to gently just come slightly forward. So for you, this might be it for now. You know, you're inner thighs, your adductors might be super tight. So what can also be nice is if you have blankets or even more blocks that you can put under your knees and just rest them on those as well. So really giving yourself as many props as you need. So I know that I am fairly tight and it is my morning here, so I feel even tighter in the morning. And so I know that I need both these blocks. A lot of people can just fall into this. So every time you exhale, you can just let yourself sink a little bit deeper. And we're going to now allow ourselves to reach our edge of comfort. So wherever that may be for you, pause here. Just notice where in your body may be speaking to you, taking your breath to that spot. And then just let yourself surrender on down. Whoop. So your forehead will be coming to rest on this place. If you find that you still are a little bit high, you can take a few moments to just allow yourself to open along those adductors, along those hamstrings, along your back, your sacrum, your lumbar. Just imagining that within this yin practice, and it's not you're imagining it because it's not happening, it's that you are creating this mind-body connection where you are going inside yourself and you're able to see this opening starting to occur. So taking your breath to deep inside you, taking your mind to deep inside you, and just letting yourself see this connective tissue starting to lengthen, the blood supply starting to come within this tissue, to come within your fascia. So we have fascia in every part of our body. And this is our, as it says on the tin, connective tissue. And it becomes incredibly sticky. So while we're sleeping, resting, lying down, if you've been unwell, if you've broken or injured something, then that part of your body, when you start to just become immobile, becomes like concrete. And if you continue to practice your yoga or movement every day, then it doesn't solidify, but that's not always possible. So once you do have this stickiness or this concrete-like texture where your lovely mobile fascia should be, then sometimes we need to use a little bit more massage, ball work, rollers to just release. So let's all connect with our breath, and I'm going to count you into your yogic breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just letting that forehead really hang down. The crown of your head is looking at the floor. Your chin is towards your chest. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just keeping this count going in your head, you may notice that you are dropping millimeters deeper into this posture, into this practice. And it is just millimeter by millimeter that we want to create this change. Nothing too sudden. Coming to that breath. Allowing yourself to quieten your mind through the power of your breath. And just surrendering here for 1 more minute. I will count you through this minute with your yogic breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more breath. 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So preparing to come out of this, just allowing those hands to release to the floor. Spread your fingers to the floor. Your chin is still connected to your chest. You're going to take a deep breath into your belly. And as you exhale, you'll draw through the front of your body and let the front of your body be what lets you come back up. So just walking those hands to come all the way back up. And then take your hands over to the right side first of all and help that leg to bend, and then to the left side. Help that leg to bend. We're going to just bring these legs nice and wide and bring our hands behind us, so your hands are facing forwards. Drop your right knee towards your left heel. Take your gaze to the right and come back through center. Drop your left knee to your right heel. Drop your gaze to the left. Coming back through center. Let's just take one more of those. Move your hands backwards now to send back, and just see, how does that feel? Does it feel any different? Same? And the other way. Coming back to center. Let's just bring those legs straight in front of us now. So allowing your sit bones to connect, you can remove the flesh, and then bending those knees, coming all the way down to your back. So you may want to keep your blanket there just for comfort, or you may want to move it out of the way. Let's bring those knees to your chest. Take a moment, just rock from side to side. Breathing to that belly and preparing to come to our next posture, our supported bridge. So you can either just, if you have a really thick book, your encyclopedia, or you have your blanket, you're bringing your heels to your sit bones to start with, and then pressing into those sit bones, sending those knees away. You can pop a block just to here, or if you practice quite often and you want to take it higher, you can bring it sideways, or if this is one of your favorites and you know you like to come all the way up, please do. So take your time finding what works best for you. I'm just going to remove my blanket from underneath my head. I like the solid connection. And then we'll take a little time to find comfort in our feet. So you can either bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall to the side, or you can bring your knees together and let your feet come wide and fall in together. You can take them long if you want to. Again, whatever feels really good for you today. And just knowing that for that final minute, you can change if you want to and just move into something that might feel more comfortable. So I think usually I come into a reclined butterfly here, but for me today, this posture is calling me with my legs long. I don't know why, possibly because I taught 2 vinyasa classes yesterday and my body feels a little bit tight and achy because of the consolidation of muscles. We were working intently on our core. So now I'm looking to open through this whole front of my body, taking my palms either to face up. You can take your palms up and over your head. Say hello to your plant. You can let your chin sink towards your chest. Your spine is long. And just enjoy the opening on the front of our body. So when I teach the morning vinyasa, I always emphasize opening on the front of the body and this extra energy that it can create, especially in the morning. We have our thymus gland that sits in the breastbone, and when we open or stimulate through thymus tapping, where you can tap on this area, then we can trigger those T cells, those immune boosting cells. And you can also create a little bit more energy generation. And after all, this is all about improving your energy, your blood supply to your organs, your blood supply through your whole body. So let's just quieten our mind. Come to that breath. Take your breath to wherever is speaking to you. You may find that you have a slight Ujjayi style of breathing, with this breath coming into your throat, the back of your throat, a little hum. This in itself can be incredibly relaxing. We have our vagus nerve, which starts, it's a cranial nerve, and it runs through every organ, and it is truly the trigger for our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. Any noise, humming, singing, Ujjayi breathing can trigger this vagus nerve, and consequently the vagus nerve turns on that lovely ability for the body to digest food, takes your blood supply from your eyes, from your ears, from your limbs. It knows you are not being chased by that bear. And it gives us all to your digestive system. So great practice to do before dinner. Helps you assimilate more nutrients before breakfast, any time of the day. So we have 1 more minute here. I am going to take this opportunity to bend my knees. Just bring those feet up and let my knees fall together. And we will breathe our yogic breath for our last 6 breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So just walking those feet towards each other. Press into the feet, send the knees away, lift through those sit bones, remove the block, and slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Yeah, and you can even say them in your mind. T8, T9. Coming all the way down into your lumbar. Let those toes lift your feet, lift your legs, lift your knees to your chest. Bring those knees into your armpits. Rotate your ankles clockwise, anti-clockwise. Taking a little movement from side to side. Let's bring our left leg long. If you have your strap nice and handy, and just pop that strap over the foot, and then we'll bring it over the back of our head. So if you just have a belt or 2 belts together, then you may wish to just hold on to your strap for this posture. Either way is good. If you're coming into this one for the very first time, it can be a little bit tricky to trust the strap, but believe me, you can trust the strap. If you don't feel comfortable, you can pop your block under the back of your head. So let's just take those palms to face up, taking a deep breath into your belly, and just relax those shoulders towards the mat. So you're going to imagine that your shoulder blades have magnets on them. And these magnets are connecting to magnets on the mat, the Earth's magnets. Send that heel towards the sky. Imagine your toe wants to get over your head. Your palms are facing up. Breathing into your sit bones. Breathing and allowing yourself to just surrender. Don't hold on anywhere. Let's take a body scan. Are you holding on with your heel, your calf? Is the back of your knee holding on? Your hamstring, glutes? Are you holding on through your belly? Are your ribs tight? Do you need to let those shoulder blades sink a little deeper so you can open through your chest? You're holding through your neck. Let it release. Release your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, if your fingers are naturally relaxing and curving over your hands. Let the sole of your foot press up towards the sky. See if this tiny movement can create more space through the back of your calf, through the back of your knee, through that hamstring coming in to connect at the head of your femur. Breathing into that belly, let it soften, expand down towards your spine, melting into the mat. Let your face fall heavy onto the back of your head. And breathing your yogic breath for your final minute here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. I'll let you count them inside your head, just quietening your mind. Without disturbing yourself too much, take a little bend in that knee and bring your hands up to the strap. Keep the strap on your foot, let your head sink on down. Taking the strap into your left hand and then just allowing your right hand to cement yourself down onto this side. So what we want here is just to not allow your glute to come off the mat. So you're gently moving that foot about, it could be 1 centimeter across your body. So we won't stay here as we stay in each of the YIN asanas. We're going to just allow ourselves to slowly open slightly through the sciatic region. It's a really not pleasant posture. We're going to just press that right sit bone back into the mat and draw that foot slightly across. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm barely moving. 2 more breaths here. Yeah, and usually in our yogic breath, we breathe through our nose, but sometimes it feels really good to just release through that mouth, side out your mouth. And coming back to center, let's bend that knee, take that strap off, allow it to come down beside the body. You may wish to get your block here and just have it ready for either coming under that knee. If you have a bolster, this is a really yummy posture to have your bolster in. So bringing that knee all the way across your body, and you can just rest it on that block, and you may wish to have your other block for your arm. So first of all, allow that knee to come and be comfortable here. So it might be you come all the way over onto your side, and then just clamshell that right arm open. And it may be that that arm comes straight to the floor for you, or might be you need that block. So you're going to then take your gaze over to the right side and breathe into this whole opening through your glandular system. Taking your breath to your palm, and then through your forearm into this lymph opening, and really visualize this white light coming through that armpit and just creating space, removing any toxins, any swelling you might even notice that can sit in your armpits or in any parts of your glandular system. Just let it release through the power of your mind, through the power of your breath. Breathe to your belly. And this is a fabulous posture that I use with all of my athletes that I work with, and particularly good to have for competition. So you're taking your breath to your belly, and you might notice that when you take your breath to your belly, it's actually really difficult to get this breath all the way down to your belly. So by practicing this belly breath in your safe environment, in the safety of your mat space, you can truly relax, but taking your breath back down again, acknowledging the difficulty, but knowing that you have the power to overcome and calm in a situation where this breath might be finding it difficult to get all the way to your belly. And then having the skill so that when you are in a stressful environment, so the opposite to your calming environment you're in now, you have practiced this calming breath and you have it there. It is ready for you to use. You can breathe all the way to your belly and trigger that calming parasympathetic system. And breathing into that belly. Every time you exhale, drawing that pelvic floor, that navel to spine. So let's take one more minute here, knowing that you can really surrender even deeper. You might try moving the block from underneath your arm. And breathe, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So gently allowing that top arm to come back, your gaze, allowing yourself to help that knee back to center, moving ever so slowly. See if you can slow your movements down by another 20%, bringing that knee into your chest, gently moving it from side to side, taking your mind's eye into the head of your femur, and just allowing the head of that femur to have more space. Rotating that ankle, and then just letting that leg come all the way back to your mat. Let's take a moment here in a rebound to just notice what you have created on the right side of your body. Does it feel heavier? Does it feel lighter? Does it feel tingly? Seeing the difference between the two sides and knowing you're about to do it all on the other side. So I'm just going to turn around, but you stay where you are and allow yourself to just settle, ready for this other opening. So bringing now your strap onto this left leg, and you can bring it behind your head. Let your palms face up, taking a moment to really settle here. You can use this movement of the palms facing up to let those shoulder blades, the rotation through this rotator cuff, let those shoulder blades fall back. Taking your breath to your heels and just release on down, palms face up, toes draw towards you, heels send away, breath comes to your belly, and surrender. Let's see that beautiful beam of white light coming through the sole of your foot, through your Achilles, your hamstring, and just moving up and down that leg, noticing the space in the back of your knee. Can you give it any more room by releasing that hamstring with your mind's eye, coming into the head of your femur, your glutes, sinking deeper with that sit bone, and then noticing, are you a little bit skew with? Do you need to let the sit bone of the right side release to the mat? Letting your lower back surrender on down, the center of your spine. That white light is creating space. Let your shoulder blades fall towards the mat. Let the front of your body fall open. See that white light coming through the back of your neck, filling the whole of your mind, your brain. All of those cortexes can just release and surrender. Letting your face fall heavy onto the back of your spine. And let's take our breath for that final minute. Inhale 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just allowing that knee to bend. Bring your hands to the strap. Surrender on down. Take that strap off your, keep that strap on your foot for one more second. We're just going to do that nasty one that my subconscious obviously wanted me to forget. So taking that left hand down to just allow yourself to really connect with the mat and keep that left glute connected, drawing that foot across your body and breathing into that whole back of your leg, anywhere that may be speaking to you, pressing away with that sit bone. It's a real lemon face sensation, and it's a horrible feeling, but it's a great way to prevent sciatica. And breathing one more breath, draw both toes towards you, press that sit down towards the mat, sit bone, sit down. And then allowing that foot to just come back, bending on down, take that strap off, hug that knee into the chest and just move it from side to side. And let's draw that knee all the way across the body. Let's actually first, let's send the sole of the foot up and just wrap ourselves around. Give that leg a little hug and let yourself sink down. Good. And then bring that knee into the chest. Have your block handy on this side, and if you liked it before, on that side. So drawing that knee across the chest and let it fall onto the block, and then open through this left side. So imagining when you get here, you may not need it on this side. So isn't that the great thing about yoga, I always think? So it gives us the opportunity to check in with both sides of our body and to really notice the differences between the two sides of our body. So let's fill our belly, and as you exhale, you're just going to release. So it might sound contradictory to allow that pelvic floor, that navel to spine to come in as you exhale, but at the same time you can just allow everything else to release. And it's training your mind to connect with different parts of your body simultaneously. So really valuable with all your other sports that you partake in,
and just in day-to-day life. So I'm just taking my block from under my knee. I'm far more open on this side. I blame that on snowboarding. Taking your breath to your belly, just surrender, drop that left knee, drop that left arm, take your gaze over to the left, breathing into that belly, allow your breath to come all the way down and press into your inner thigh. Imagining inside your gut, it's all this bad bacteria that sits in the lining of your gut, and it's trying to get out now. You're getting it out. And when we squeeze through our intestines in this way, we're just allowing it to release and then come out of your body. So filling your belly, and then exhale, pelvic floor, navel to spine, surrender. And arriving to this last minute, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just preparing to unwind slowly, slowly. So letting your head come back, your arm come back, and just lifting that knee back to center and hugging it into your chest. You may wish to bend your right knee just so that you can get yourself square. Moving that knee from one side to the other side, and then allowing your right leg to float on up and have another hug. If you wish to take your happy baby, you can bring your arms on the insides so your triceps connect with your hamstrings, your forearms on your calves. Hold your toes, rock from side to side. And breathe to your belly. And let's just release those toes, release those knees into your chest, and just take a moment to thank your legs for getting you to your mat today. And just take this moment to thank someone else in your life for being who they are for you. And then just allowing yourself to spend a moment in reclined butterfly. If you wish to spend the whole of your Shavasana in your reclined butterfly, you can, but please use your blocks. Otherwise, your adductors can't release and relax because they're holding on for dear life. In addition, put your jumper on, put your blanket on. We go down about 2 degrees in heat when we're in our Shavasana. So you want to pop this blanket over your whole body and just be super comfortable. You may put something on your eyes. If you're staying in your reclined butterfly, you may wish to bring your hands to your belly. If you're coming into your traditional Shavasana, just allowing those legs to fall out to the side, your palms to face up. And we will move through a slight guided relaxation before you can sink into silence. I give you the gift of silence at the very end, allowing your feet to fall heavy, your ankles to fall heavy, your shins to fall to your calves, your knees to fall to that space at the back of your knees, your quads to fall onto your hamstrings, your hip flexors to release, your whole pelvic girdle to surrender. Just visualize a lovely figure of 8, white light moving from your hip bone to down to the head of your femur, across your pubic bone, back up to your hip bone, down to the head of your femur, across your pubic bone. So this figure of 8, this space you've created. Let your belly surrender onto your spine. Let your ribcage fall heavy on the mat. Let the front of your body fall to the back of your body. And your biceps fall onto your triceps, elbows, forearms release, wrists, palms face up. Your throat fall onto your spine. Let your cheeks fall onto the back of your head. Your whole face, your whole head is heavy. Your whole body is heavy. Relax. And slowly allowing your awareness to return to your body. You can wiggle your fingers, can wiggle your toes. You can bring your hands above your head and stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And then bring those knees into your chest and just rock from side to side. And spending a moment on your right hand side. Just noticing any of the changes in your body and your mind. Extend through that top leg, press into that top hand, and allow yourself to come on up to sit. Keeping your eyes closed, your gaze low, just bring those hands together in prayer at heart center. And we'll close our practice with 3 inhalations through our nose and sigh them out your mouth. Inhale.
And again. And again. Let's rub our hands together, get that heat, that energy. Pop your hands on your eyes, your windows to your soul. Let that heat and energy come back into your eyes. You can slowly open your eyes, you can slowly open your fingers. And I thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.